Alright, well, I figured before I start the review on the Gremlin, I would answer a question I've gotten a couple of times. Hopefully you can hear me good. I've had a few people ask me how come I'm not in the videos myself, like I don't talk to the camera or present myself like a lot of other channels do. You know, I just really feel a lot of those channels, and not all of them, nobody get excited, I'm not saying they're all like this, but some of those channels, it seems like when they're really into camera and they're really into it, it seems like the videos are more about them and their ego than it is about the cars and what they're trying to do. So that's just kind of something I've noticed through the years of watching YouTube. And then some of the YouTubes I watch, sometimes they're in the camera and sometimes they're not, and those work out pretty good in my opinion, where it's not, they don't ever start out that they're talking to the camera and all that stuff. They just start out with the project, and sometimes they're in it, sometimes they're not. And the other reasoning for that is it's just me, and I don't know how to really set up camera stands and cameras and all that stuff, so you probably won't really see me in videos, but I generally try to wave if you see me in a window reflection. So, you know, you can always look for that in the videos. But, like I said, it's not because I don't want to be in the videos, it's just my particular belief on making them is about the cars and not me. So that's one of the biggest reasons that I'm not into videos a whole lot. So, but in the future, you never know, you might see me more and more in the videos. It just depends on if I get any better on videotaping or not, which, trust me, I need a lot of help on that, as you can tell with my videos. So, alright, well anyways, we're gonna get on to the 1-year Gremlin review that I think is going to be a little fun, and hopefully it'll inspire other people to do stuff with their Hornets or Gremlins or small AMC cars. Alright, well, it's actually a really cold fall day, so and it's kind of windy, so I apologize if there's wind noise. Hopefully there's not. I'm kind of parked in between the storage units here to hopefully keep the wind from making a big mess of this video. But we've had the Gremlin now for just a little over a year, maybe just a couple of weeks now, over a year. So I thought I'd do a quick little 1 year, what we've gotten done, and kind of hopefully what we plan on improving video. And I'll try to include some pictures at the end of this video of kind of like what it was when we first got it, but I don't know how many pictures I can, you know, or I still have, but hopefully I've got some so you can kind of see what it originally looked like. But excuse me. So starting here in the dash, there's a lot of just Mickey Mouse stuff. There's actually a household light switch screwed here for something. None of the signals worked. The headlights worked. There was no ignition. All of this was actually all busted out. I had to go rob this whole section out of a Chevy truck. You know, there wasn't even just a radio shoved in there. It's just a big old hole somebody cut. The door panel was off on this side. None of the doors opened. All the little rods that connect to the actual latch were wore out. Little plastic bushing things were, so I had to replace all those, get them fixed. I had to order that Gremlin guy there, that was actually missing. I do have all the door, I have like the armrest trim and the window crank, but I just don't have them in. That window there is obviously not tinted like this window and the rest of the windows are, so somebody had replaced that, and I did vacuum a bunch of glass out of the seat, and that back window has been replaced as well. Not by me, but you know, somebody else. There was never any front carpet in the front half. The rear half of the carpet's still kind of in there hanging out. It had this factory turtleback bucket seats, but they're in really poor shape. I do have them, but I put the seats out of the AMX in it that were in the AMX because they're darn comfy. I really like these seats, they're really comfortable. So we shoved those in there out of the AMX. There's really not a whole lot. The glove box needs some work. The what you call it, the actual cardboard part of it itself. And I'm guessing that came out of maybe another Gremlin, or that's rust, I don't know. It looks like brown paint maybe. I have the ashtray for it somewhere, and obviously there's no shifter anymore here. I do have a new steering wheel for it, hooray. Luckily the center here is in really good shape, so all I have to do is just switch out the steering wheel, so that's going to be really cool. We'll have a nice clean steering wheel instead of one that's all glued and busted up and covered in duct tape, literally chunks and stuff missing out of it. So yeah, so that's kind of what we've had to do in the interior. I've replaced all the headlight switches now, redid all the wiring, main connector under the kick panel there was all rusted out. The gas gauge works in it, the dash lights work, of course no speedometer, and then obviously I had to add those for the LS swap. Let's do it there, just slid under there. Things that we got to do still in this inside of the car is I got to get a carpet kit. I'm gonna put an actual real shifter in it. This is just a junkyard $10 fine just to get her going. So we'll get a better shifter, carpet kit. I'm gonna figure out some crafty way of deleting this, or looking for a steering column that's not that was a standard, and you know, just getting rid of that, or you know, somebody might need this steering column or something, I don't know. The heater works and all that stuff in here, but I do need to fix the cable going to the defrost and whatnot, and fix the glove box up. And it would be nice to find a new bottom tray. This one was already hacked. Somebody hacked it, I'm guessing, to get to the fuse panels and all the Mickey Mouse wiring that was here when we got it. So it'd be nice to find a lower shelf and maybe replace that. Hopefully a headliner's in the works maybe for it, and those little, I do have the panels, the factory ones, they're all deteriorated and gross, but maybe get a few of those made and try to maybe find the plastic for in the back to trim, but I really doubt that's going to be possible. The windshield wipers, they do work, so that's cool. And yeah, I might get a windshield for it, but I do like the fact that this is the original windshield to this car, since it's got a 1971 university sticker on it still. So I think that's kind of all there is to really talk about the interior. So I'll probably get rid of that little weird bullet looking lock thing. I don't even think there's one on this door, no. But the back seat's actually in really super good shape. I don't even know if anybody ever really rode in it. That weird smudging stuff's just some smudge on there. But and all those panels are in good shape on it. So then unfortunately somebody cut speaker holes in them, so we'll probably maybe redo the door panels or something. Try to figure out some crafty way of hiding the hole. But let me get us outside and we'll have a look at what we've done to the outside of the rig. Starting with this, one of the first or second videos I did on this Gremlin was the door latch. It was totally just junked. I mean, like, really bad. And there is a video of that if you want to see it. And I had to replace all the door pins on this too. I think I made 2 videos, but that was the first thing I had to do. Fix the door because it was sagged down, couldn't open it. It was just lots and lots of problems. So I added these black accents to it just to clean it up a little bit. So that's something I added to it. There are quite a few dents on the car still on the back, but that's okay. I also did the black accent in the back there. Obviously put the big tires on there. She's got a little rust in the wheel wells I gotta look at one of these days. She's still got a few minor dents. I did clean up some of the dents on it, but she still got some minor dents on her still. Put the mirror off of a Javelin on there. I had to modify it some, but worked out pretty good. Somebody actually sent me this. They said they took it off a Gremlin. It pretty much works in the Gremlin. Might be a little short for the Gremlin, but it does swivel up, turn, and everything. I've never checked to see if it actually works yet or not. It's something I'll have to do one day. As far as the front end, we put the disc brakes off of the AMX, the Bendix 4-piston disc brakes on it. I used to have just drums, but we put those on there. Obviously put these Bart's wheels on it. Gremlin man on the fender. I kind of straightened out this bumper the best I could. It was smashed in, the grill was broke out. I just took some wire mesh and made a grill for it. And the hood's actually in pretty good shape. Let's see here. Oops. Might be a two-hander here. Oh, I got her. And then obviously the biggest thing we've done to it in the last few months is put the LS in it. But you can watch the videos on that. I'm not going to go too much over that. Just in case somebody wants to see all that stuff on there. Same thing to this side, AMX brakes, new wheels. I don't think this car came with a passenger mirror. They had some crappy plastic one on there that I took off. So, I don't know. If I could find another Javelin mirror, passenger one, I might put one on it. I didn't have to do anything to these doors or anything on this side of the car. Actually, this side was in pretty decent shape. And how I know the back window was missing is because there's remnants of duct tape that was taping a bag over the back of this car at one point. And the gas tank was totally rusted out. That might have been the first video I did. I actually managed to get a gas tank from somebody and got a new gas tank put in it because this one was just totally rusted out from getting water. It was missing the gas cap, but my wife, with all her previous Gremlins, already had a locking gas cap laying around, so that worked out good for us. I found one of these and added on there. It's probably not the correct one, but still helps it out in the presenting the AMC. I tinted the tail lights, which actually look pretty good on it, in my opinion. I mean, you can actually just buy that little spray tint rubberized stuff. So on the outside, we still got to get the whole rear latch window mechanism thing. That's completely missing. The little spring-loaded shocks still work, and it's missing this trim on the bottom of the window. Nothing really in the back. There's no rust or anything like that. Just like I said, I gotta look for the trim stuff for it, which could be next to impossible. And then the back of the car, I made some custom shackles. Don't mind my little piece of carpet there floating around. I made the custom shackles to drop the suspension down a little bit to get the fat tires in. There's the exhaust, Flowmaster 409s on there. And I'd do the exhaust under the axle, which that's how they are on the AMX, and I've never had any issues with that. So I've had a few people tell me you can't really do that. Well, you can, you just don't want to do it if you got 14-inch wheels on there. With no height in the back, you don't want to do it. But yeah, overall, that's about all I've done to the outside of the car. in the engine bay. I haven't done anything under the car other than just the stuff for the LS. So we well actually we didn't pay anything for this Gremlin. The wife had a 68 Javelin she was working on that was in really rough shape and needed a lot of love. And we found a guy that wanted a Javelin more than he wanted the Gremlin, and he had this Gremlin, so we traded him for the Javelin. And like I said, when we got the Gremlin, it didn't run, nothing, straight six, and it was in a lot worse shape than this. So it's come a long ways. I know the wife's really happy with it. I'm happy with it. It's definitely a rig that I'm not worried about driving around and breaking down. So I'd like to find a new grill for it one day, but I know that's already pretty much impossible now. But other than that, I think we're just gonna leave it snot green, let it ride. We may look at fixing some of the dents and we may not. But as far as the outside goes, we just want to fix the back window, and I'll probably fix up some of the little rust holes in it. And that's really about all we're gonna do, maybe to the exterior. Oh, and we might put another mirror, another passenger mirror on it. So, but yeah, other than that, I like the fact it doesn't have the rack on it or anything. And it is a 10 of 70. I've had a few people ask me. There's some more information for you. But alright, well anyways, like I said, this is what the car's became within the year we've owned it. And I'm going to try to stick some pictures here just at the end of what we got, of kind of what it was, and hopefully there'll be a couple there and you'll get a good idea of what it's turned into since we've had it. But thanks for watching.